Saber y conocer are tricky in Spanish because they both mean the same thing. To know. So how do we differentiate them? Well, they're used in different contexts. For example, saber means to have knowledge of a fact, to know a fact. It also means to have a skill, to know how to do something, or to know something by heart. These two are the especially important ones. Then conocer means to have experience with something, to be familiar or acquainted with something, someone, or a place. Let's see if we can figure that out through practicing. The best way to know the difference between saber y conocer is to practice it a lot of times and to rationalize why you're using each one. So we start off with Marcos knows Marissa because they go to the university together. Knowing Marissa because they go to the university together is not a fact. This is not something that you can call a fact. Marissa because they go to the university together. Therefore, the idea here is that Marcos knows Marissa. He's acquainted with Marissa. He's familiar with Marissa. Therefore, we use conocer. And in this case, Marcos conoce. We have I know where Marissa lives. Well, this is a bit of a complex one, so we're going to leave it for the end, but keep it in your mind. We have Marissa knows how to play the piano very well. This is a skill, playing the piano very well. Therefore, we're going to use saber. Marisa sabe tocar el piano muy bien. You know the city of Mexico because you go a lot. The city of Mexico because you go a lot is not a fact. You're saying that you know it, you're familiar with it, you're acquainted with it. Therefore, tú conoces la Ciudad de México. They know how to dance salsa. They have the skill of dancing salsa. Knowing how to do something, having that skill, is saber. So, ellos saben. Marta y tú know that the exam is at 1:30. Knowing that the exam is at 1:30, that is a fact. The exam is at 1:30. You can state that by yourself as a fact. Therefore, you're going to use saber. Marta y tú sabéis, because you're saying Marta y tú. So you're going to use the vosotros form. Sabéis que el examen es a la 1:30. Look out for this one. Ustedes, you guys, know a Chinese restaurant in Guelph. A Chinese restaurant in Guelph is not a fact. You're asking them if they know of any Chinese restaurant in Guelph, if they're familiar with one, if they're acquainted with one. Therefore, you are going to use conocer. Ustedes conocen. But let's look at the answer to this. Nosotros, we know that there is a very good Chinese restaurant in Guelph. That there is a very good Chinese restaurant in Guelph is a fact. There is a good Chinese restaurant in Guelph. Therefore, since it is a fact, we're going to use saber. So nosotros sabemos. Can you see the difference between that? Here we have a fact that we can state without anything else. Hay un restaurante chino muy bueno en Guelph. However, here, un restaurante chino en Guelph is not a sentence, it's not a fact. Therefore, here we use conocer because we're talking about being acquainted with this. And here we use saber because we're talking about a fact. And to finish off, let's go back to I know where Marissa lives. So the reason I left this for the end is because it could be both. Yo sé donde vive Marisa is I know the address of Marissa. That's a fact. Marissa's address is a fact. It's something I can say. Donde vive Marisa es en la calle 33. I can say that. But what if I don't want to say that I know Marissa's address? What if I want to say that I'm acquainted with her apartment, that I've been there a bunch of times, that I'm used to it? Then I would use yo conozco. So in this case, you can use both, but they will mean different things. Also, just to highlight, remember that saber and conocer are regular verbs except for the first person singular, which is yo sé and yo conozco. And that's all for the difference between saber y conocer.